Good evening, students. As we had discussed about oxidation reduction reaction, okay, so we had completed with oxidation reduction reaction. I told you which is oxidation and which is reduction. You have to find out that, okay. And oxidizing and reducing agent, I will give you some questions to practice so that you will be getting it very fast, that how oxidizing and reducing agent can be find out. Okay, oxidizing agent, I told you, as oxidizing agent is what, which gives oxygen. Okay, for example, if I am giving you this reaction, can you do the oxidation and reduction here? Okay, from here to here, what you will do, this is what, addition of oxygen. You can write it, addition of oxygen. This is what, this is oxidation. This is what, oxidation. Okay, and this is what, removal of oxygen. This is what, reduction. Okay, I told you earlier that where you will be marking your oxidizing agent, okay, which is providing oxygen. Okay, like this is your oxidizing agent. I told you where it will be oxidation, okay, that compound will be your reducing agent, and where it will be reduction, that compound will be your oxidizing agent. Okay, blindly you can write, but you have, if it is asked that which is your oxidizing agent, then you will say which is providing oxygen. Okay, that is your oxidizing agent, and which is helping in the removal of that oxygen, that is your reducing agent. Okay, I will give you some questions also, then you will be knowing it in detail also. Okay, so today let's proceed. Okay, some questions I am practicing. Okay, this C, lead nitrate when reacted with potassium iodide with the formation of a yellow precipitate. What it is saying, lead nitrate, you have to write the formula, PbNO3. Is it PbNO3? Pb is 2 plus, NO3 is minus. Then crisscross करेंगे तो what will happen, PbNO3 whole twice will be the formula. You can write it lead nitrate. You have to make the reaction like this only. Lead nitrate plus what? Lead nitrate plus potassium iodide. Potassium iodide is your Ki. Okay, both are having plus and minus charge, so both will cancel and it will be potassium iodide. Okay, potassium iodide. Okay, now when both will react with each other, what will happen? It will form double displacement reaction will be there, and both will be exchanging their ions. So what will form? PbI2. This is what? Lead iodide. Okay, this is what? Lead iodide. This is a yellow precipitate. Lead iodide is a yellow precipitate. Okay, this is what? A yellow precipitate. With the formation of, again I told you, there will be an exchange of ions. Lead will go with this iodide and nitrate will go with this potassium. So what will happen? KNO3, potassium nitrate will form. Okay, potassium nitrate will form. This is a yellow precipitate which is formed. You should know the name of the precipitate, that is lead iodide. Understood? Understood? So this is the reaction which should be explained. Write the name and the type of the reaction. Name is what? Name of the type of reaction. Name is double displacement reaction. Okay, name of the reaction is double displacement reaction. So like this you have to attempt a question. Okay, now we'll move further in the next topic. This is the last topic of our book, of our first chapter. This is effect of chemical reactions. What is this, that effect? Effect of oxidation in daily life. Okay, in everyday life, what is the effect of oxidation? Okay, so first effect we can see corrosion. Corrosion, you might be knowing corrosion is what? Corrosion. Sometimes what happen, iron articles are getting rusted on continuous exposure in the atmosphere. Have you seen the Statue of Liberty? Statue of Liberty is also an example of corroded copper, that is made up of copper. Okay, France has gifted it to US. Okay, let it be, but I want to say that it is appearing green in color. How it is appearing green in color? It is not actually any greenish metal, it is copper, but due to the formation of copper carbonate and copper hydroxide, rust is deposited over the copper, and that is appearing as green in color. Okay, so iron articles are also, if you leave it for some time, the iron articles are also change their color and a layer of rust is formed above it. Have you seen? Okay, that is rust due to the corrosion. Okay, rust is a type of corrosion. On iron articles it is called rust. Okay, on copper articles it is copper carbonate, copper hydroxide, copper oxide. These all are settled over the copper articles. Like this in silver also, some silver sulfide sometime it forms. Okay, which forms a black layer. Okay, so all these types of rust are due to the all these types of corroded layer are due to the action of air and moisture on the surface of metal. Understood? Okay, continuous exposure of air and moisture. So corrosion can be defined as the metal are eaten up by the action of air and moisture. Here you can add a word gradually. ठीक है, धीरे 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 धीरे. The metals are eaten up gradually by the action of air and moisture. Okay. Example, rusting of iron. Rusting of iron, rust is an example, Fe2O3 XH2O. It can be n number. Okay. Okay, so this is a oxide. What oxide? Iron oxide layer. Okay, with the molecules of n number of water of crystallization. When it is continuing exposed with the atmospheric oxygen and moisture, it turns brownish. Okay, that is called rust. Okay, it will eat the iron articles from inside. You might have seen the iron articles are totally damaged due to the action of rust. Understood? Okay, if it will expose for long, it will be totally damaged. Okay, so that's why we need to protect this iron article. Okay, so I have written copper turns green due to copper carbonate and copper hydroxide. Okay, sometimes copper oxide also. Okay, so these are the types of layers which can be deposited over this metal articles. Okay, now essential condition for this corrosion. Okay, essential condition. Okay, essential condition for corrosion. Okay, so this is presence of air and moisture, both should be present. Understood? If any one is present, then corrosion will not occur. I am explaining you with the help of a activity. Okay, let's see that activity. See, we are taking 3 test tube. Okay, 3 test tube we had taken. In one test tube I am adding what? I am adding oil. I am adding water up to here, and after that this area will be covered with oil. Okay, now in the second, what I am doing? I am doing what? I am adding here CaCl2. CaCl2. It will do what? It will absorb the moisture. What it will do? It will absorb the moisture. Okay, CaCl2. Okay, CaCl2. It will absorb the moisture. And in the third, what I will do? I will add little bit of water, and rest all is kept open. Okay, this much area I have filled it with water, and an iron nail is there. Iron nail is there. in the second CaCl2 is there. Okay, in the second CaCl2 is there, and in the third water is there and oil is there, and all three are having an iron nail in this. Okay, all three are having an iron nail in this. What do you think? In this, water is kept over there up to here, then oil here. What is there? CaCl2 is there, nothing is there, CaCl2 is there, and in the third iron nail is there and water is there. What do you think? In which of the test tube rust will form? Okay, what do you think? In the first test tube, in the second test tube, or in the third test tube? Okay, in the third, this one. In the C1 rust will be there. Why? Because here water is available, but this space is kept filled with oil. Okay, so water is there but no air is there. Okay, water is there but air is not there. Here what is happening? Water, yes, but air, supply of air is not there. Water is there but air is not there. Here what is happening? Here what is happening? Air is there but the moisture is absorbed by this CaCl2. This is anhydrous. Okay, this is anhydrous. Anhydrous CaCl2 will absorb the moisture from the atmosphere. Okay, so here air is there but water is not there. Okay, air supply is there but water supply is not there. In the third, iron nail is there, water supply is also there, and air supply is also there, because it is not filled. Water is up to here only. Okay, so here air and water both are present. So in the third test tube we can see rusting, as air and water both are available for rusting. Okay, so from this experiment we can observe that, okay, that air and water both are essential for rusting. Okay, air and water both are essential for rusting. Now prevention, how it can be prevented? Prevention can be done by oiling. We should protect it from direct exposure of water and moisture. Okay, so air and moisture. So what we will be doing? We will be doing something which will act as a coating between the surface of that iron and the air and moisture. So if any means air and moisture is getting stuck with this iron article, then also a coating should be there which will protect it from getting inside. Okay, which will be protected by this oil layer or paint layer or anything. Understood? This will protect it. Understood? From getting inside. Okay, okay, and destroying it. So some preventions are oiling, painting, greasing, galvanizing. Oiling, you know that simply to put a layer of oil which will also protect the entry of air and moisture. Painting will also form a protective layer. Okay, greasing is also a lubricant is applied. Okay, what? Some lubricant material is applied on the iron articles, which will also protect it from getting corrode. Okay, galvanizing is a coating of zinc. Okay, coating of zinc, okay, on iron article, which will form a protective layer, okay, from getting corrosion. Okay, so these are some preventions. Now rancidity, another effect of this oxidation is rancidity. Rancidity is generally occurring in food. Rancidity is what? The aerial oxidation of fats and oils which results in the change in smell and taste of food. The aerial oxidation of fats and oil which results in the change in smell change in smell and taste of food, okay, which will result in change in smell and taste of the food. Like chips you have seen, okay, if you will keep it for many days, what will happen? Some bad smell is there, okay. That type of smell proves that the food is getting rancid now. Now it has been acted due to the microorganisms, and that's why the food is discarded. Food should be discarded, understood? Because the action of microorganisms occurred over there, okay. So preventions, what can be the prevention? उसको रोक कैसे सकते हैं? ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई को अगर रोक देंगे तो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स रुक जाएंगे, और माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स रुक जाएंगे तो देयर विल बी नो एक्शन ऑफ माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स एंड द फूड विल नॉट बी गेटिंग रेंसिड. तो ऑक्सीजन की सप्लाई को काट सकते हैं एक एंटीऑक्सीडेंट देके, ओके, बाय ट्रीटिंग विथ इट with antioxidant, okay. Some natural antioxidant are also there which can be taken from orally we can take, okay. But like green tea, these are natural oxidant which we can take to getting our body oxidized from inside, okay. But now in the food what we are doing, we are flushing it with antioxidant, okay, some artificial antioxidant, okay. These are BHA, this is butylated hydroxyanisole, what? Butylated hydroxyanisole, and BHT, butylated hydroxytoluene. These are added in food materials, some of the chips and all, okay. Now one more method to flush it with nitrogen, packet of chips. Examples you can write: chips, etc. These are flushed with nitrogen gas as it is very stable and unreactive, okay. Okay, these are flushed with nitrogen gas. Chips, etc. are flushed with nitrogen gas, okay. Now next, to keep it in the airtight container, to keep it the food inside the airtight container, so that entry of oxygen will be protected, okay. Then sun drying can also be one of the method. Sun drying will keep the microorganisms away, and it will also help in the drying of food, to take the moisture out of the food, so that the food will not be destroyed very early, okay. Pickling you know, by adding vinegar, etc., okay, adding vinegar, salt, etc. Salt, etc., it will protect the food, okay. Salting, again salt will help in the removal of moisture from the food, okay, that will protect it from destroying. Sugaring, by adding sugar also, the extra water will be removed from the food and it will be protected. Freezing will lower the temperature, and in very low temperature the microorganisms will not be active, understood? So these are the method which will help in the spoiling of food materials, okay. So this is the last topic, please go through it, okay. This is very general topic, but the point should be known. Preventions, how what are the essential conditions, what is the prevention, and how we can prevent it, and the method, okay. Method means the definition, okay, this should be known, okay. So this is the most important last topic of the chapter, it should be known. Please write the points, okay.